Imagine changing your live video feed into a totally different world, instantly. Your face, your room, just transformed. Not after the call, but during it. Or, think about this. What if the next really big AI breakthroughs don't come from some private lab, but maybe from open source? Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're unpacking a pretty fascinating collection of insights from a recent AI newsletter we've been looking at. We'll journey through the latest in real-time AI video, explore its surprising impact on jobs, money, even public perception. And we'll look at the unfolding global race in artificial intelligence. Our mission, really, is to distill what truly matters for you, the learner.
Yeah, we got some incredible sources to dig into here, some genuinely exciting stuff, but also maybe some unsettling material too. We're talking revolutionary new AI models that are completely reshaping how we create digital content, the massive investments fueling all this tech, and even some of the more, let's say, complex implications for our society. We're going to try and pull out those essential nuggets of knowledge for you.
Okay, let's kick things off then. Let's unpack this new AI model called Mirage. This is where I think it gets really interesting. It promises real-time video transformation. And we're not just talking filters here. Think about being live, maybe on a webcam chat or deep into a gaming session. And your whole visual environment just shifts instantly. No more waiting around, no endless post-production edits. It just happens right there in the moment.
Exactly. That's the core thing, isn't it? The huge shift from post-production, doing it afterwards, to creating it in the moment. Like imagine with just a preset, boom, your ordinary room becomes, say, the Versailles Palace, or your face turns into an anime character, or even the whole scene becomes a yarn world. They even mentioned you could invent your own vibe, like a cubist painting style.
Yeah.
It's kind of like having a master artist right there, creating your scene live with you in it. It's not just adding silly cat ears, it's changing the whole visual context.
Right, so this isn't just skin deep. It's a full style swap happening on the fly, totally transforming the visual story being told.
That's it. And this capability, it just rips open the doors for entirely new ways of doing real-time storytelling. We're talking next-gen augmented reality, virtual reality, truly immersive games. I mean, the potential is huge. And Mirage, they say it's really just day one for this tech. They're already hinting at future models for audio, emotion, maybe even music. So this is just the start of what's possible. And honestly, it's pretty mind-bending when you think about it.
It really is. So, okay, what does this mean for everyday life? How are we actually going to see this technology used, not just in theory?
Oh, the use cases are, well, pretty wild. Imagine watching sports with some kind of like cyberpunk visual overlay that changes with the action. That'd be something. Or taking your favorite shooter game and instantly making it look like a classic Western standoff. And think about streamers. They could switch themes right in the middle of a stream, maybe based on audience votes or just how they're feeling. TikTokers, Instagrammers, Twitch creators, they could build whole new kinds of content, completely styled live without skipping a beat. It really boils down to giving creators this incredible control in the moment.
That instantaneous control, that's the key idea, right? No post-editing, no waiting. That is a massive shift in the creative workflow.
Oh, a huge shift in workflow. Which brings us to another really fascinating part. It enables audience interaction in ways we haven't truly seen before. Viewers could genuinely, co-create the vibe with a streamer. Or choose settings that actually influence the live feed they're watching. That's a huge shift in engagement, right? Turning passive viewing into something much more active.
Okay, drilling down on that. How drastically could Mirage redefine the creator economy?
It gives creators instant control, inviting real-time audience interaction and co-creation.
Now, while Mirage paints this really vibrant picture of AI's creative power, there's also, well, a darker side being painted too. The same AI that transforms your video feed could also radically reshape our jobs, maybe even our grip on reality. OpenAI CEO Sam Altman, he recently warned about job categories being totally gone because of AI. That's a strong statement. And honestly, a bit chilling.
It really is. And if you connect that to the bigger picture, it points towards a profound structural shift in the workforce. This isn't just about making things more efficient, It's potentially about entire roles just becoming obsolete. That's a fundamental change. It affects a lot of people.
Yeah. And then there's this other unnerving story, this baby doll Archie. It almost sounds like something out of science fiction.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So baby doll Archie, apparently a deepfake AI persona, managed to get 1.4 million followers. There was even a picture circulating with Kendra Lust. People were engaging, liking, sharing. And reportedly, they either didn't realize it was fake or maybe they just didn't care, which really highlights this growing pretty urgent challenge of telling real content from synthetic stuff. The lines are just getting incredibly blurry. It kind of suggests the potential for, well, a widespread disconnect from reality, which is worrying.
That's a stark example of deception, yeah. And speaking of unnerving, what about this ChatGPT psychos case? The name alone is something else.
Right. It refers to an OpenAI investor, someone supposedly in the know, who posted this wild conspiracy video. And it was just filled with confusing GPT-sounding technobabble, almost like the AI itself was just rambling, making stuff up. It really shows how these powerful tools can be misused, even by people who you'd think understand them well. The barrier to generating sophisticated-sounding but totally nonsensical disinformation is dropping fast. Makes it easier for anyone to spread confusion.
And back on the job front, we're seeing these reports of major companies using terms like, reorganizing, restructuring, optimizing, almost as a subtle cover for AI-driven job cuts. The sources we looked at cited that maybe 60% of Gen Z might be struggling to find jobs, partly because of this. That's a whole generation potentially facing a really tough employment landscape shaped by AI.
Yeah, and it raises a critical question, doesn't it? Are we seeing companies kind of redefine the narrative around layoffs? These euphemisms, they could be masking the deeper systemic impact of automation on jobs. It makes it way harder to track the true scale of AI job displacement if it's being described in softer terms.
So bringing this together, what's the most immediate social risk we face from this blurring of real and fake and this rapid job displacement?
The blurring lines between real and fake and significant job displacement risk trust and stability.
Okay, so as we're thinking about these huge societal shifts AI is driving, it's clear this isn't slowing down, especially when you look at the money involved. It's just staggering.
Yeah, the scale is just,
Yeah.
it's mind-boggling, really. OpenAI, for instance, finally confirmed they're the mystery customer behind Oracle's massive cloud deal. We're talking $30 billion
Yeah.
a year just for data center services. Think about that number for a second. $30 billion annually just for compute power.
$30 billion. It's not just a big investment. That's an unprecedented commitment for cloud services in this space.
It really suggests that GPT-5, or whatever they're cooking up next, is going to need truly, truly massive amounts of compute power. 2-sec silence. Whoa. I mean, imagine trying to scale to, say, 1 billion queries running on that kind of infrastructure. The computational demands of these advanced AI models are just staggering. It requires dedicated data centers on an almost industrial scale. It's like stacking Lego blocks of data centers, maybe infinitely.
And it's not just the giants making these huge deals, right? The sources also mention this AI daily fundraising trend for smaller, newer players popping up.
Oh, absolutely. Take Dell, for example.
Yeah.
2 21-year-old MIT dropouts, they just raised $32 million for their AI compliance startup. Pretty specific niche. But they went from 100 to over 500 customers in just 6 months. That shows incredibly rapid adoption and huge investor confidence, even in these specialized AI applications. The money isn't just flowing to the big foundation models. It's pouring into practical, business-focused AI solutions, too.
And then we saw that record-breaking $2 billion seed round for Thinking Machines Lab. $2 billion seed round. That's just an astonishing amount of capital for a new venture. It really feels like a gold rush, doesn't it? But the gold is like pure computation and data.
It definitely does feel that way. And this kind of intense focus of capital, all aimed at accelerating AI capabilities, it creates this sort of hyperspeed development cycle. It's pushing boundaries faster than ever before, which means the stakes are incredibly high and the pace of innovation is just, it's accelerating exponentially.
So how does this massive surge of funding fundamentally change AI's real-world integration and speed?
It fuels faster development, pushing AI into new and existing markets incredibly rapidly. Sponsor.
Okay, let's pivot now to the global stage, because our sources highlighted something really significant happening, particularly with China and their strategic moves in AI. It's not just a U.S. or Western story.
You got it. And what's truly fascinating here is this new model from Alibaba called Qwen 3, the big deal. It's fully open source and free for anyone to use. Researchers, developers, companies, anybody. That's a pretty major play, especially given the current tech climate.
That is a bold move, especially compared to the big U.S. tech players who often keep their best models pretty close to the chest or, behind restrictive APIs.
It's more than just bold. Apparently, it runs circles around other well-known open models like Kimi-K2, and the reports say it even dares to poke at giants like GPT-4o and Claude Opus in some benchmarks. So this isn't some small academic thing. It activates 22 billion parameters out of 235 billion total. And for listeners, parameters are kind of like the building blocks of knowledge in an AI. So 22 billion active is incredibly powerful, but it's still optimized for speed.
And it has a huge context window too, right? That's really important for understanding long conversations or big documents.
Yes, a massive 256K token window. And just to give a sense of scale, a token is roughly like a piece of a word. 256K tokens. That's enough to process entire books or maybe hour-long conversations without losing the thread. This opens up so many possibilities. It really shifts the playing field for AI development globally,
Yeah.
making these advanced capabilities much more widely accessible.
So even with chip bans from the West, Chinese labs are going fully open source. Why does that matter so much for the future of AI innovation? What's the strategy?
Well, it seems like a strategic move to attract global developers. They're betting on community adoption, maybe hoping to make Gwen 3 the sort of default open backbone for AI development worldwide. Regardless of hardware restrictions others might face, it's a really interesting counter move in this complex global tech race.
So what does this potentially mean for the future of innovation itself? Could we see a different kind of progress now?
Well, the provocative idea here, I think, is that the next wave of really big AI breakthroughs might not come from some private beta test or a secretive corporate lab, but maybe from GitHub, from a truly collaborative open source community effort that would democratize access and innovation in a really significant way.
How could an open source model like Qwen 3 truly disrupt the AI market's current path?
By fostering global collaboration and democratizing access to advanced AI capabilities.
All right, so to wrap up our deep dive into these sources, let's hit a few quick, impactful stories. They really show the sheer breadth of AI's reach and just how fast everything is moving.
Okay, first up, an AI creator was testing VO3. That's another AI video tool for some IKEA ads. They gained over 1 million views. That's a pretty clear signal of AI's immediate powerful impact on marketing and content creation, even for huge brands like IKEA. Then there's this interesting prompt making the rounds, designed to turn ChatGPT into a more discerning collaborator. I still wrestle with prompt drift myself sometimes, where the AI just starts wandering off topic no matter how specific you try to be. So ideas like this, things that improve consistency and focus, they're always interesting for actually using these tools effectively.
Yeah, definitely useful. We also saw Pika announce a new AI-only social video app. That's interesting, a platform built from the ground up purely for AI-generated content, not just integrating AI tools into an existing platform.
Right. And the talent war, oh man, it just keeps raging. Microsoft recently poached some top folks from Google DeepMind for their Copilot team, and Elon Musk's XAI apparently grabbed Ethan He, who is a top AI researcher over at NVIDIA. These moves really highlight the intense, super high-stakes competition just for the human talent in AI. It's not only about the tech, it's about getting the brilliant minds who build it.
Looking at these rapid-fire developments, the IKEA ads, the prompts, Pika, the talent moves, what underlying trend connects these diverse AI headlines?
AI's pervasive integration and rapid competitive acceleration across industries.
So let's bring it all together. What does this all mean for us? This deep dive, I think, really shows that AI isn't just theory anymore. It's actively shaping our world right now. It's giving us these incredibly powerful creative tools like real-time video transformation that are redefining how we make content, offering creators instant control and totally new ways to engage audiences.
Yeah, and at the same time, it's fundamentally reshaping the job market, sometimes subtly, sometimes with pretty stark warnings from industry leaders themselves. And all of this is happening on the back of truly massive investments in this intensifying global race, where things like open source models are really changing the game, democratizing access maybe on an unprecedented scale.
It feels like we're seeing AI become more accessible and more powerful almost day by day, driving both incredible opportunity and, well, some significant challenges for society and the economy. So as you go about your day, maybe consider this. If AI can now instantly transform what you see and hear in real time, what does it really mean for how we perceive reality or truth, or even our own identities in this rapidly evolving digital age? It's something to think about.
Definitely something to think about. The lines are blurring fast, and just staying informed, understanding what's happening feels more crucial than ever.
Thank you for joining us for this deep dive.
Yeah, thanks for listening. We hope you're feeling a little more well-informed.
Until next time.